J. Cole dropped Clouds. Did you guys hear that?
Yes. Listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's great. And I'm not sure it matters. And
it doesn't. But we'll get into that.
Yeah. And
wow.
J. Cole returned last Thursday, February 20th, with his first release of the year, Clouds, with loud in capital letters, in which he touched on everything from Donald Trump's assassination attempt to growing conversation around the artificial intelligence, and did so while barring everything up as he usually does. So even though this record is another in a long line of dope Cole records, has the response proven that he has officially been removed from the Big Three conversation?
So,
in that whole thing, that we're talking about. Because to me, real quick, there was coverage on it, right?
Yeah.
People covered it. But at the same time, it just didn't have the same type of zeal. It was just kind of like, Cole dropped another good record.
Well, him gracefully bowing out has always been, we talked about that when that actually happened. So he's kind of been in the weeds, and he has his new site. It was called the algorithm or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but he has a site where that though. I'm gonna find the name of it. I think it has something to do with algorithm, but that's neither here nor there. I said it to say he drops unreleased stuff, and he'll drop records here and there. But I think you're right in terms of the impact. Like when it hits, dope record. But when you pose the question, does it matter? I don't know. I don't know if it really matters. Not that it's not Cole, but in the grand scheme of things, where he is now versus where he was, pre-battle, if you will.
I think
maybe something has shifted just a tad.
I think it solidifies our conversation about there only being a big one now.
Yeah.
A big one.
The big three talk has.
I don't know, man. Drake's still moving them units out here now.
That has nothing.
Yeah, Drake is.
He's moving units now. He's still moving units,
but not hip hop units.
Yeah. No, well, not hip hop units, but he's moving them now. He's still moving.
Yeah, that
Spanish units.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The thing is, when we were talking about big three, look, it really is just Kendrick and everybody else. Let's just stop, and I don't care how many records. What's his name? Drake sells. It just doesn't matter at this point. Because once again, and I was not being condescending or mean when I said this last year, but Drake is always going to have, women and little kids. And when we're talking about discussion about hip hop and big three, we don't factor that in. Right. Sounds messed up, but we just don't. If we were going to factor that in, it would have never been Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. We'd have been talking about other people who might, dance a little bit more and were a little bit more colorful. We wouldn't have picked those three back in the day. So, and the thing is, I thought the J. Cole record, I know I had a little snarky comment there, but it was I loved what he did. You know what I'm saying? I still think J. Cole is an elite MC.
But maybe that's it.
But that's, and the thing is, if that's it, that's not the worst thing to be out here.
No, it's not. But
but if you think you're going to be at the you can't make an argument from him being at the top of the food chain right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody, because it can only be one person at the top. And that guy just did the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think what Cole is the gift and the curse as far as how Cole bowed out of this battle and pretty much apologized for making that song aimed at Kendrick, so to speak.
There we go.
And then deleted it off a project called Might Delete Later.
Right.
It kind of showed his hand when it comes to wanting to be the top of the food chain. And when you listen to Cole's lyrics, not even on just this song, he always talks about how good he is and how he's better than any other MC. He brought it up on this song. He alluded to the line escapes me, but he said something about pretty much just being better than anybody and deading the rest.
Yeah.
But you bowed out of a battle. So, and you can say that he did it gracefully and I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. That was good for his spirit. I applaud him for that. But when we talk about this game, they were saying Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, big three. Kendrick was like, nah, I'm about to really show y'all who's the biggest in this shit, and I'm going to take it to a different level. Because when you think about it, honestly, Kendrick and Cole was kind of neck and neck as far as on a level, so to speak. Kendrick decided to amplify his level to let you know, no, I'm really here to let you know that I'm the best, versus just talking about I'm the best over a smooth beat. Now, what J. Cole did was prove exactly who he is. He's a great rapper.
Yeah.
J. Cole don't around when it comes to rapping, and he did it in his stanzas, his patterns, his breath control, his lyrics, all of that. But that's what Cole is going to do. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z signed him.
Yeah, so I watched an Open Mike Eagle video on this, and he said, trying to figure out why I don't like this J. Cole song. And I watched it, and I like the J. Cole record.
I do too. I think it's fire.
But he analyzed it from an MC's point of view, and he said, it was cool because he was like going through this in real time, like he was listening to it, and then he was like, I think this is why. And he said, I went back and listened to all the lines, all of his rhymes, and there were only 2 rhymes in the entire verse that he has never heard before. And he's like, everything else I've heard before. And he said, I'm probably looking at this from a more analytical standpoint because of how I listen to things.
And he's an artist.
For sure. But there was like the Sandra Bullock line,
Speed.
That one. And then there was like one other one that he kind of pointed out. And it kind of got me thinking, I was like, that's interesting because like Cole, he's saying a lot. He's doing like, it's like he's checking all the boxes off of making a great record. But
it's a lyrical exercise at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's just letting you know that I can rap very well. And what he did do in this song, he separated himself from like the Lil Babies.
He's already separated from them, right?
He did, but it's like pretty much putting a stamp on it because that is a more popular style of rap. Like telling you how much I got, and
as opposed to grippy.
He pretty much said, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on being a rapper's rapper. I'm gonna rap my ass off. This is what I live for. This is what I do, and I'm showing you that. And J. Cole's going to do that. But the mark that he missed was that this wasn't a song that is going to cement him as anything. This is a song for the fans essentially, and for hip hop heads. Yeah. This isn't anything that's moving a needle. It's like, this is exactly what we know J. Cole can do.
I think that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, I don't see anything
There's
wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because I think we fall victim as fans of this music of thinking that when these artists drop, that they have to do something that's going to pretty much shift everything. I don't think that that's fair to say.
Sure. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So, I think he dropped a song that is 100% true to himself and kind of stays in that lane, so to speak. And really, I can't say like he was telling other artists, don't drive into my lane, I'm going to do something, because we seen what he did the last time. He's just cementing himself as a 100% hip hop rap artist that can do this, and I'm going to continue to do this. And this is just a little sample until I drop my album.
I have a question. So, to your point about when an artist drops, or when Kendrick or when Drake drops, when are the expectations going to change from a standpoint of, I can't wait to see what they're going to drop based off the battle and based off this, versus it goes back to just like J. Cole just dropped something that's dope. It don't have nothing to do with the battle. It's just fire. Because
I think we're already there.
I don't know, because every time Kendrick or Drake put something out, it's kind of like, well, is he going to say something, or is this person going to say something?
Because they're top two of the food chain right now.
But how long does that, when does that die down and it gets back to, I think, okay, they just dropping dope music?
I think, to me, with GNX, there was a bit of a reset, because like GNX was not about Drake.
Right.
Okay. I mean, like Drake tried to be slick with it on a couple lines in his new project, but it was just like, all right, dude, like you missed your moment.
Drake told y'all what it was. I'm about these females and getting this party
kids,
back. Yeah. I'm about to get back to it.
And then at this point, J. Cole already established that, no, I'm not doing this. This doesn't sit well with my spirit.
Yeah.
I think he said something very similar to that at Dreamville in front of all those folks, and gave Kendrick his flowers and was like, I'm not doing this. So I think that's unfair of us at fans at this point, for us to be like, is this part 2 of the beef? When are we is this going to be the next summer blockbuster beef? Because like, honestly, this was something that garnered our attention as much as any, Marvel movie or whatever that came out this summer.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, I didn't expect the record to have anything to do with Kendrick or anything. I'm just saying, when this record came out, cLOUDs, like, J. Cole dropped another record. I wonder what he's talking about. But not one part of me was like, he's going to take shots at Kendrick. Like, it wasn't.
He can't at this point because he.
But I don't. But again, like to your point, Jay. Like I feel like last year when he kind of bowed out on stage, I feel like he made that known. It was just kind of like, nah, this is not me.
That was a sign still delivered on that whole situation,
right?
And this is just but
then he dropped Port Antonio and kind of addressed it a little bit. I think the Port Antonio was the song that pretty much wrapped all of that up because fans are looking for him like, why did you bow out? And Port Antonio was a song where he could actually speak on everything and then just actually put a stamp on it. I'm done with that. Now it's back to being J. Cole, and this song is 100% J. Cole.
Yeah, for sure.
The record is fire, man. The record is fire, but
he's rapping.
Does it matter in the grand scheme of things?
I don't know.
No,
probably not.
This isn't a pop hit, and I think a lot of times
I don't think it has to matter though.
It doesn't, but the problem with the whole Drake Kendrick thing is it turned into a very public pop event. You know what I'm saying? It was very popular. It still is essentially because when you look at the charts right now, they're going 1 and 2. No, they're actually battling for number 2. I can't remember who's number 1 right now, but that was put on front stage. J. Cole bowed out of that. This song is not going to enter into that stratosphere. This is just a new song that J. Cole decided to put out to pacify people. I can't even say that. Maybe it's just something he had to get off his chest, something he had to do. But it's not. This is not a move the needle moment. This is just.
Let me drop some music.
I'm still here
man.
And I'm rapping.
Yeah.
And the thing about
this is what I do.
Yeah, that's what it is. To me, that's what makes it okay. Is because I'm nice. I put out a record to show y'all that I'm still nice and I still enjoy making music. Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yep. I'm still cold because it's still a cold world. Don't get it twisted. But I ain't got nothing to do with none of the rest of that stuff. I'm just making dope shit and we going to keep it moving. And I'm fine with him standing his truth on that.
I am too.
Don't bother me at all because the record is fire. I ran it back multiple times.
It's fire.
I'm going. I like it. Like it a lot.
But it doesn't, again, to the whole point of this conversation as far as putting him back in the equation, the big 3. I don't think anybody's gonna test him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
It just depends on how we look at it.
I don't think he's even in that realm of artists wanting to test him. He's kind of like an anomaly. I've never heard any artist go at J. Cole.
He's like Black Thought. Nobody's going at Black Thought.
Exactly.
Like, why would you do that?
He's not one of them artists that I feel like going at.
Yeah.
Now Black Thought is damn near untouchable.
To me, Black Thought is just a more advanced version of J. Cole.
Yes. Yeah.
But you can't play with either one of them. I wouldn't play with either one of them. But Black Thought, to your point, you really can't play with him. You got to leave him alone. Yeah, you got to leave him alone.
And then people tried M because, he's top of the pop food chain.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you're going for, you're going to aim for that spot. You're going to say something to him.
But even further, even when you throw people's names like Royce in there or Joel Ortiz who can rap super well or these Eminem's names, right? Like Black Thought and J. Cole are both very much like they're not really taking shots at people. They're just saying they're just saying, yo, I'm really good at what I do.
Yes.
And it's different where Royce is the same, but Royce also has like those bars. It's kind of like inviting you a little bit.
Because he's from Detroit. He comes from that era where they rapped at each other.
Yeah. Like Lupe's kind of the same. Like Lupe invites
somebody else is dangerous.
Yeah. You don't want to with Lupe either.
Lupe's dangerous.
But it's like there's kind of different approaches there, I think.
It's like what's Fonte's line from the documentary where he said, I'm not saying I'm better than you. I just rap better than you. Yeah. That's them.
It's like,
I just rap better than you.
Yeah, I'm just better. I'm sorry you don't agree, but truth is truth. Facts are facts.
Shout out to Cole though. I'm going on that record